tell us about those? Reece James, I think Malo Gusto was out, Philip I think was out as well. Tell us about how they are.
Yeah, so with Reece, he's felt something in his hamstring at the end of the game against Newcastle. Really frustrating and disappointing one for us. We don't know the full extent of that injury, but that rules him out for tomorrow's game.
Is the Reece one quite serious then potentially? Is it we talking weeks or that?
It could be. With a hamstring injury, it's never great. And for Reece, hopefully we can just get him scanned, we can find out the full extent, and then we know more. Because obviously we know what an important player he is, what an important leader he is in the group. He's our captain, and also in terms of Malo, he's ill today, so we'll have a look at him for tomorrow. And
Philip as well.
Yeah, Este's back in training. He'll be a part of the group. Will assess whether he can take part in the game at some point tomorrow. And with Philippe, he's felt something in his groin after the PSG game, and again we're getting him scanned and to find out the full extent of that injury.
Gary, behind please.
Hi, better news. Pedro Neto just emerged, just got away with a warning.
Yeah, fantastic. He's a top player. He's apologised for the incident in Paris. No, there was no real bad intention from him. He wanted to get on with the game, and I think he waited for them to make the right decision.
And from maybe slightly disrespecting the ball boy to respecting the ball, you've heard the fallout after the huddle. Will you do it again?
I think in terms of the huddle, I think it's been blown out of proportion, to be honest. It's a small thing amongst many serious things that we need to address, such as the massive game against PSG tomorrow. In terms of the huddle, the lads have always wanted to show unity and togetherness. I think they'll continue to do that. But what we don't want to do is antagonise or bring more noise on ourselves, and we'll make the decision on where we do that on the pitch tomorrow.
Because there's obviously been people reacting in all aspects of the media, including social media. I saw you referred to by one wag as Glenn Huddle. Is it a distraction to carry on doing it in the centre circle?
I think it's a distraction for the media. For us, when the huddle was something the players wanted to show unity. They're a good group. We never wanted to antagonise anyone or create noise. The time to talk about it stopped. We have a huge game against PSG tomorrow. We have an opportunity to do something really, really special. We know we need to be perfect, and we want to focus on that.
Hello, question for you. First 19. You did have a game this weekend against Newcastle, but PSG did it. What does it change for you before the game against PSG tomorrow?
Obviously, they have more rest. That's natural, but that's normal. I can't speak about other league schedules or what they do. What I can do is try and make sure that my team and our team are ready to give absolutely everything into this game in terms of the intensity, in terms of the quality that we need, and hopefully we can turn around a difficult scoreline, but not impossible.
Tom, second round, please.
Question for Sharaf is, when you joined Chelsea in the summer, you made it clear that a big reason why you joined is that you wanted to play Champions League football. You're looking very much forward to that. How much have you enjoyed being in the Champions League this season? And if it is to be the end of the journey tomorrow, obviously I hope it won't be, how much do you feel that this team will have fallen short?
The Champions League, I think, is the dream of every player. Yeah, I'm very proud to be here, just happy here. And tomorrow I have another opportunity to show to everyone our power. Hopefully to be there.
Thank you for the effort. Uragues from Televisa Innovation. It's going to be the 5th time you're going to face Luis Enrique head-to-head. Obviously, your time in Strasbourg. What can you do different this time, especially in the last 15 minutes of the first leg in the Parc de France, to do a perfect game that you need to do to get over this siege? Thank you.
Yeah, I think if you look at the game in isolation, you look at the scoreline, we were punished by some very good players by our mistakes. For us, I think it's been a theme. I think we performed consistently very well, but we've been undone in games by moments of focus or concentration. For us go through the time tomorrow. We need to be perfect in terms of not making mistakes, in terms of our performance in possession, our possession. We have to remember that PSG are the European champions for a reason, but we've also shown in times that we can definitely compete and beat them in games, in isolated games.
I've got a question for Liam and Charlotte. First, Liam, sorry to ask you a question about something that happened before you here. Obviously,
It's not the first time.
Chelsea have had a fine today for kind of like that won't be a negative distraction for you or the club.
No, it's not a negative distraction. I think actually that's a line drawn through that issue. We can move on and we can plan to make this club as strong as possible in a long time, and that is the idea from the ownership and myself and everybody involved with the club.
And for you as well, it's been a difficult few days for the club, defeat in the first leg, defeat on Saturday, now the news about Reece as well. How much belief is there still that you can sort of still do something tomorrow night and make something this season as well?
I think it's been like I said, difficult for us. We know our strength, we know the players. We still believe we can do again because we show our power in the Club World Cup. We won 3-0. Tomorrow we need to score 3 goals again. So I think the group believe, the coach believes, I think the players should believe as well, because tomorrow is going to be a great game for everyone to watch.
Yes, right.
Hello, I'm working for the French public TV. I'm reading a story about you and your career, so I have a broader question. But what does it mean to you to manage a club like Chelsea? And did you ever think your path would take you from Strasbourg to Chelsea one day?
Yeah, obviously it's a huge honour to manage this football club, as it will be for any manager in any walk of life. It's one thing to be here, it's another thing to have the passion and the drive to make it successful. That's what my focus is on now. In life and football, you don't know where the path will take you. I joined Strasbourg to join Strasbourg. I had a wonderful time there. I never thought that within 18 months I would be manager here. That's just not how life works.
Thank you.
Hi, Ian. You said last week after the first leg that you would look to get to the bottom of how your lineup was leaked to the French media a few hours before the game. Have you managed to do that, and would you be unimpressed if it happens again tomorrow?
I'll be really honest, I haven't even thought about that. I haven't. It's not the first time it's happened.